and until the government releases a statement on human rights violations, the 18 missing people that the Uganda Human Rights Commission could not account for, the issues of political prisoners and then illegal detention of suspects. So they had a large number of issues that they wanted addressed, and they have been demanding a statement from Parliament. So today, the opposition is supposed to meet, having a caucus. The opposition caucus is supposed to meet as a caucus
within themselves.
Yes, this afternoon to decide whether they are going to go to Parliament today or they are going to resume Parliament, because they had boycotted. They decided not to attend parliamentary sittings. The reason being, yesterday the Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among, Right Honourable, directed the Security Minister, Jim Muhwezi, to officially come and release a report or give a report of the floor of Parliament this afternoon.
Okay.
So these opposition MPs are now saying, should we go and attend? Should we resume fully? Because now the Security Minister is going to give a report, and also the Speaker has made a U-turn, because previously she was spitting fire. She was saying, if you don't attend 15 sessions of Parliament, you know you're going to be fired as MPs. If you don't attend committee sittings and all that. Yeah.
Over the salary will be cut. These people, you see, when we're at campus there, most of us usually liked those demonstrations because you knew you're not going to study. Yes, I'm telling you, people get involved in those demonstrations because we might bagenda kusoma.
Bandwagon, sometimes just bandwagon. Now we are in a group.
I hope they get some answers. Okay, what else do you have for us?
What else we have is experts are asking the government to come up with new guidelines. Well, they already have guidelines on DNA testing. Remember, DNA was quite an issue mid this year when several people were going for DNAs and realizing kids are not theirs, and you know it was affecting both the children psychologically, the family, and those people around them. So these experts are meeting. They were meeting at Uganda Management Institute for a dialogue on ethics or use of emergency technologies in DNA testing. And one of the experts is Professor Noah Chiwanuka. He's an epidemiologist at Makerere University Public School of Health, and he was advising that DNA should not be they should not wait. Parents or the government should come up with protocols that parents don't wait until the child is grown before they do DNA,
or until they have disagreements,
or they have disagreements, or they get their doubts. Because DNA, he says, can be done as early as the child being in the mother's womb, the latest technologies. And he believes that Uganda can also adopt those technologies. That when a mother is still carrying a child in her womb and you're not sure that that child is yours, you can say to get DNA. It is possible while the baby is still in the womb, before the child comes out and has bonded with the father and the mother, and then 15 years old, they are telling the kid, that kid is not yours, or 5 years old, it's affecting.
Science can test paternity before the child is born. We can do that when the child is still in uterus. There are tests that we can use on maternal blood in the first 13 weeks of gestation. We can check for fetal blood and fetal DNA in maternal blood. It's a test known as non-invasive preterm paternity test, NIPP. You can also test from the fluid in which the baby is swimming. It's called amniotic fluid. So we can do amniocentesis, pull out that fluid, and then you compare the DNA in that fluid with the DNA of the mother and the DNA of the purported father. Again, in first like 12 weeks.
The embryo because of it.
Some words are not easy. Even me, I will not say it.
The words are big, but the tests are quite simple. You want to find out is actually your baby or not.
Yeah, but your point was correct. The issue of testing and the expense.
It's
of
very
testing.
expensive.
Because I think it's easier or probably cheaper for someone to test outside.
Yeah,
where
you
the
just
kid is
pluck
out,
a hair or
nails,
saliva or something like that, and then you test your.
But then if you come to this technology of abroad, outside countries, Western countries, I think it's very simple and affordable for people to do those DNA tests. I think it's even mandatory. I think. I don't know.
Yes. Some couples actually sign those contracts, and they're like, testing. Because here, when people test, when I tell you, Pamela, I want to test you, if this baby you're having right now is mine, the first thing that is going to come to your mind to sikwe siga, things like that. So it is frowned upon to say I want to do
How do you tell me to go and do it when the child is even still in the womb? Why don't you wait? By the us Africans, we say wait until the child comes out.
Yes.
You see the toes? The toes
the
look
ears.
like the ears. The grandmother or the auntie has to first come and say, "Ono mwana wafe."
Okay, what else do you have for us, Isamat?
Well, I'm talking about HIV. This is alcohol. Alcohol Contest Bill 2023. Remember, on the 14th of December, the private member, that is Sarah Penny, Toro Municipality Woman Member of Parliament, was granted leave to go and and they started. Actually, the speaker said this bill that has been drafted already should now go to committee at committee level, and it should be discussed and scrutinized, examined. Now, Opendi was appearing before the Health Committee of Parliament to scrutinize the bill, and she was explaining again, reiterating and saying, I'm not stopping Ugandans from drinking
alcohol.
But what I am trying to do in this bill is to regulate the time in which Ugandans drink alcohol. Remember, Uganda is the leading country in Africa in drinking alcohol. Third in the world. 75% of Ugandans do alcohol.
Mubufunze Opendi kyagezako gamba nti ayagala ku regulating oba ayagala kubaako engeri gya controllingamu abantu okunywa omwenge essaawa ze banyweramu omwenge.
So for what she's saying,
what is the time that she's
weekdays
giving?
from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Weekdays. But if you want to do your alcohol from home, please go ahead and do it from home. If you want to buy it from a supermarket, you can buy between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. and go and drink it from home.
10 a.m. to
10 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m. Supermarkets are allowed to sell. Supermarkets are allowed to sell alcohol. Other places, bars, should start opening from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. weekdays. When it's public holidays or weekends, midday to 12 midnight. So that is the regulation she wants, because she's saying alcohol has caused many problems
I
for
have
people.
a lot of questions about this bill. I don't know if I should ask these questions, but let me talk about the weekdays. Because she's saying 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. What happens after 10 p.m. if I want to drink and it's a weekday?
Go and drink from home.
I don't drink from the bar.
In actual sense, she's saying bars should not be operational beyond 10 p.m. on weekdays. Because if a bar is working, then they are selling alcohol, because they have alcohol in their counters and stuff. She's
not only going to stamp over people who are employed in the bars, she's also going to stamp over the people that drink.
Yes.
Some people leave work, kati nze nga love doctor, I leave work at midnight. Take an instance, if I drank.
Go and drink from home. Go and buy your beer or have it in stock. Okay, there's the fun when you're out with your friends and you're drinking. But again, when you look at Uganda is a tax economy. Alcohol, I think, is one of the biggest tax collectors for this country. If we regulate alcohol in that way,
I know if they want to rule over sober people.
Remember, 75%, which means 25% are sober, but 75% of Ugandans drink alcohol.
Who know, Pendi?
For us, we shall not control people's homes. You're actually free. That's why we say the supermarkets can sell alcohol from 10 a.m., 10 p.m. Actually proposing that bars open at 5 on working days, close by 10. On weekends and public holidays, they can open at midday and close by midnight.
You see, there was people always say that if you're not part of a group, then you can't regulate the group.
Yeah.
Like, say, when women are fighting for their rights, there is always a woman on the forefront.
You
see, we want this, we want this, we want this. I don't know if Opendi drinks. But if she does not drink, then she doesn't understand the struggles of people who drink.
But again, I don't know whether this is regulating. Because I know it's doing other regulations like manufacture, sale, and amount of alcohol. That's not what we're talking about. But regulating alcohol by saying you're giving a time frame in which people are drinking. I don't think you're regulating it, because if you're telling me you can drink from home and you're telling me you cannot drink from the bar, which means I will take the bar to my home and then continue drinking, and then you are not actually regulating it, because what you're doing is you're killing businesses, but you're not regulating alcohol consumption, because it will still be consumed.
Nebino tulina ebyokukola ebirala bingi nnyo betusobola okuteekamu obudde bwaffe. Sorry to say, Minister Opendi. Yes, what else do you have for us, Achom?
Well, finally, police is holding 3 people, a director of a school called Kolo Children's Foundation School, that is in Chazanga in Lwengo District, Mbirizi Town Council. Okay. The director is called Chris Matovu, and they're holding the head teacher, Julius Sekatawa, and the basa of the school. This is over an incident where a kid, a 9-year-old kid, died, was found hanging on a rope at school.
A 9-year-old boy.
A 9-year-old boy. Okay. And the reason why they're still confining them is for unlawful confinement of a 9-year-old or children in school. Okay. Kids broke off for holidays. I think it was last week. But this school, particular school, decided to retain some children who had not finished school fees.
Okay.
In boarding section. So the sister of this young boy, this 9-year-old boy, was sent by the parents, go and pick Juma. He's called Ojuma. When she went, they sent her back. They told her, until you clear the fees, we are not going to release the child, and we have other kids also.
Ojuma was a prisoner.
Yes, and 2 other kids. There were 3 in school. So the following day after the sister had gone to pick, the other kid was picked by their parents and went. So there remained 2, a girl and the deceased. So at around midday, the school cook told this young girl, go and pick your fellow pupil to come and eat food. So when this kid goes to the boys' dormitory to pick the boy, she found him hanging on a rope, dead.
Ojuma
had taken his life. So she runs back to the cook and informs that, I found this. They come and they find the kid. He's dead. So according to Jamada Wandera, he says that these 3 have been arrested. They're still in police custody. They are being held for unlawful consignment, but their file has been taken to the resident state attorney. It's going to be taken once investigations are done for advice on which charges to put add on these people, on them for the way that they behaved in handling these kids. It's frustrating.
Is that the way they handle people in school? If you've not paid school fees, most of the people actually don't get their report cards. Most of them don't. But you don't confine someone into one
and
space.
moreover, a child. This is a young child we're talking about, 9 years only.
Away from all the
young
peers.
Kids. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It's frustrating. A kid will wonder, why am I here alone? All my friends have gone. Just release the kid.
Man.
The holding charge of unlawful confinement leading to death. After having collected all the evidence, we shall submit the file to the RSA for perusal and legal advice, perhaps to give us the appropriate charge. The school administration decided to hold some of them. They were kept at school because their parents had not completed school fees. These people are held to help police in the investigations to ascertain what exactly happened. But we have charged them.
What would you charge these people? Because me I may be a bit extreme.
You'd say, madam.
I don't, because this is negligence. It is a lot of things. You confined a child.
One child in a whole dormitory. First of all, it's not even safe to leave a child alone in a. How do they sleep at night? Because this is a boy and a girl. The girl has to sleep separate from the boy. So each one of them is in different rooms in a whole school. Like, what's the relevance?
Some people are just heartless. Just let the kids go home. All they want to do by is just go home and see their siblings, their mother, their father, eat some good food, get some good hugs. And you're confining this little child into a small room. And I know for a fact it is a very small room, because if it is away from town, the conditions are not that good. Anyway, muddemu bannaye mubeere ku magezi. Saagala kuvuma ntereza. This is Galaxy FM. You're in the mid-morning to Kone. Thank you so much, Isa Matachom, Gabadega Gwira Wago, Kankomeo, Nechikute Squeeze. This is Galaxy.